Yo, we got ourselves a crazy market crash right now in NBA 2K18, and right now people, there's certain players that aren't going for much right now, but people are still finding a way to make MT in the auction house, and I have a feeling that the market is going to lower even more, so make sure you guys are staying, up to date with everything that's going on in the auction house. That way you're not missing out on any MT or losing out on MT. But before we do get started with the top 5, I do want to ask you guys a question. Now, obviously right here on the screen, we have a Curry for 555 MT, and then this guy ended up selling it for 8 million MT in the auction house, which obviously is pretty insane. Like 8 million MT for any Amethyst is just crazy. So just let me know down below if you do or you don't want to see them. And without further ado, let's get right into it with another top 5 snaps of the week. First up, we got ourselves the Ruby Josh Smith, one of my favorite power forwards right now in 2K18, and this guy was able to get him for 7,000 MT in the auction house, and he let me know that he did end up selling it for 53,000 MT in the auction house, which is really good because the market again is crashing right now in 2K18. So congrats on getting Josh Smith for 7,000 MT and walking away with at least 40,000 MT made. Next up, we got the cheesy Ruby Giannis. This guy was able to actually get him for 5,000 MT, and I'm not sure if he sold it like before or after the market crash, but right now he is selling for like 60,000 MT in the market. And even though his price did end up dropping from like 150 to like 60,000 MT, this guy still ended up making at least 50,000 MT. So congrats on getting Ruby Giannis for 5,000. And at the number 3 spot, we got a 3-point cheeser. This guy was able to get himself an Amethyst Hal for 1,500 MT in the auction house. I'm really surprised that this guy was actually able to see it by scrolling through the Amethyst and ended up getting it for 1,500 MT. Like, that right there is pretty crazy. I'm really hoping that he did end up selling it for at least 100,000 MT. And if he did, he walked away with over 80,000 MT made off of getting an Amethyst for 1,500 MT. And here we go with one of those cheesy historic snaps right now. Like, historic snaps right now are like super insane in the auction house because everybody wants to complete, certain collections. And this guy was able to get himself an Artist Gilmore for 40,000 MT. And you might be thinking, that's not, too crazy. Like, 40,000 for a Ruby is not too crazy. But this guy ended up sending me a screenshot showing that he ended up selling it for 219,000 MT, which is just, just crazy, dude. Like, a Ruby for over 200,000 MT. Like, I don't know what people are thinking right now in the auction house. We're in the middle of a market crash, and people right now are willing to spend, 200,000 MT on a Ruby for a collection that's just an Amethyst. Like, I don't get it, but I mean, if you got the MT, then you got the MT. But I guess if you're the one selling it, I guess it's really good. So congrats on getting Artist Gilmore for 40,000 and walking away with at least 150,000 MT made off of one single Ruby. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, this guy ended up getting an Amethyst Tracy McGrady for 10,000 MT in the auction. I was like, I don't know how you guys are doing it, but you guys are definitely way better snipers than I am. T-Mac right now is still selling for like 300,000 MT, which by the way is pretty crazy for an Amethyst. Like, a lot of the Amethysts right now are selling for like 50,000, 60,000, and getting the most expensive Amethyst in the game right now is definitely worth it, especially for 10,000 MT. So congrats on getting T-Mac for 10K and walking away with at least 250,000 MT made in the auction house. And that right there is gonna be another top 5. If you guys enjoyed that video and you want to be sniping like these guys, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, hundreds on my bed, texting with the bill, roses in my wallet, and I'm flexing it for real. Racks and racks and racks, I look like rookie of the year.